Another high-level meeting, another joint statement, but no definitive agreement. After years of uncertainty, the questions for many are, will there be a deal? And if not, when does Gibraltar walk away? Speaking on GBC's Viewpoint, Fabian Picardo said it's important to understand why continuing the process, even if laborious, is better than the alternative.
I am not going to get up off that table. Whilst there is a table to negotiate at, I will be there seeking a deal for Gibraltar. If that means that we're continuing to negotiate and we have slightly more positive arrangements at the Gibraltar frontier than in other places, I will still be there. If it means that Gibraltar frontier is dealt with like other frontiers around Europe, because there is a European obligation to do that, not a Spanish desire, but a European obligation to do that, I will still nonetheless be at the table negotiating then, because if that is negative, we will want to find a way out of that slightly more negative situation. So, my view is that whilst you're talking, you're making progress towards arrangements which are better than no arrangements, and I will continue talking.
Yesterday's joint statement said there had been progress on the complex issues like people and goods, but that more work is still needed.
I wanted to come out of here continuing to seek a treaty. I was very clear that I didn't expect there was going to be a treaty today. José Manuel was very clear about that. The Spanish newspapers were already saying that there wasn't an expectation that we were going to be able to do a treaty today. So I think you've got what we all wanted from today, which was steps forward, even if they're not huge steps and us telling you we're making an announcement next Thursday, but we're telling you we're going into, in effect, we're going into more of a tunnel. We're intensifying the technical work because the technical negotiators need political space and political steers. And when you see the political sessions happening, what's happening is that the chief negotiators are going back and they've said, right, we've reached the limit of what you told us we could do, and this is what we've produced. We need more steers on the key issues that are now in play in order to be able to take matters further. I genuinely believe that there are various different permutations that enable us to find a way through some of the technical difficulties that we are now encountering.
Chief Minister, does Spanish boots on the ground infringe Gibraltar's sovereignty? I'm just trying to understand that. So
the way that you asked the question, I don't think is sufficiently nuanced for me to answer. I believe that we have had many instances of Spanish police in Gibraltar in cooperation with the Royal Gibraltar Police, which has not been an affront to sovereignty. We've had many instances of Spanish police in Gibraltar which have been an affront to sovereignty. I believe that there are ways of doing this which do not produce any affronts to sovereignty whatsoever, and stick to the negotiating mandate that Dominic Raab and I agreed in the spring of 2021 when we started this process, which sought to avoid Spanish boots on the ground.
Mr. Picardo said he had an excellent relationship with Spanish Foreign Minister José Manuel Albares, as well as with the new UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy. Without a deadline, Mr. Picardo said he would try that there should be a deal by the end of the year.